Welcome in, welcome in. I was just talking to my friend here, trying to find out, how'd you get here and what's been going on, how you been feeling. I was just wondering a few things about your life. Anything? You got anything for me? Okay, not much to say here. Welcome back in, friends. All you DPC rebels and resistance fighters, Dr. Shane back with another Friday 5-minute magic tip. Hope you guys are looking forward to a great weekend. Easter around here for us. Good Friday, hanging out with you great people. Today, topic is, can the government help DPC? That's the question of the day. Is there any help out there for us, DPC land, from the government? Possibly, but to date, I don't think there's been much help from the government. I want to reference a great article from Dr. Kenny Q on the DPC News. I'll put it down in a link below to check that article out. Very, very good article about NPR story about DPC and how the media kind of takes their attacks on DPC, what their view is. Good to see us getting more mainstream talk, but they continue to do the same old story to slight DPC for the shortage of physicians and you know not helping poor people. Same old story, things that they keep saying. So the article, go check it out. It's a good article about the DPC in DPC News about the NPR article on DPC. And as you read that article, the very last line kind of catches me. Everything in there is very impressive, great. In the very last line of the article, Dr. Q says, uh, DPC to continue to grow, DPC must engage employers and the government to grow. So that kind of took me, that was the very last sentence. I was like, must engage employers. I can see, I'm all about employers. I think there's ways that we can engage employers. It can be helpful for DPC, for employees and employers. It's not the holy grail. It's not for everyone, but there are ways to do it. The government, I'm not so sure on the government. I'm not sure how that happens or why we need to do that. I don't think we've gotten much benefit from the government to date. There's been thousands of DPCs open across America without much federal government help. Maybe some help on the state side, with DPC laws. Within each state, we can rally the troops a little bit to get some laws passed to help um, the government side of our state, but federally, don't see much happening on the DPC front. I've been to DC twice in the realm of the DPC area, trying to speak to senators, lobbyists, different people. I know that's not much. There's a lot of DPC folks who've been many times that go 3, 4 times a year to DC to lobby to shout out the DPC name against a deafening crowd in Washington D.C. I'm not sure how helpful it is. Um, there's certainly large corporations that go to D.C. and talk about DPC. Companies like Bowen who claim they use direct primary care. Large companies that use on-site direct care. I'm not 100% sure those are really direct primary care. They're all employed. Uh, are they all physicians that are there? Is it physician run, managed? Are they working to the full scope of their licenses? Um, so I don't know. Are they DPCs or is it DPC in name only, or as we like to call it, dinos? But those big corporations like Bowen and big organizations, surely they can get an audience in DC. They have big money, they have big power, so they can get an audience to let uh, senators, bureaucrats, lobbyists, Congress people will listen to those folks with deep pockets. Does DPC in general, the DPC organizations like the Alliance, do we have deep pockets and tons of money to throw around in DC? No, DPC doesn't have money like that. It's just not the same. I applaud our DPC brethren who go and do great things in DPC. Talk to the staff, the executive side, Congress. They try their best. They do great things. Nothing's really changed that I've seen for the DPC coming out of the federal government. I support those folks who go and do that. But if you ask me, you might as well be talking to this lamp, my buddy, the lamp right here. You'll get about as much done going to DPC. Many say that if we don't have a seat at the table with the government, that we'll get left behind. I really wonder if we get invited to the table, if we're really in the discussion, or if we're just the dinner, if we're just the dead meat on the plate. So it doesn't seem that DC really cares much about independent practices. They certainly continue to cut Medicare rates. They don't seem to be helping independent practices in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not sure why they're interested in helping DPC. I am certainly willing to sit at the table and talk, willing to go with other DPC leaders and share our story of independent medical practices and how we change people's lives, how we affect the lives in our communities, how we save patients money, save employers money. I just don't think the government's interested because we don't bring big money with us. So I don't know that they're very interested in what we have to say. We've been banging that drum for 20 years. Many people have been going and talking about DPC. In fact, probably all those lobbyists and the bureaucrats and the congressional people, senators, their staff, they probably all use concierge or DPC medicine. They probably have it, but they're not interested in sharing it with the masses for whatever reason. So I'm willing to go and share, but I think it would be just about as effective as talking to this lamp right here. So that's my take. Read the article. If that's your thing and you're into talking to DPC, you love the DPC angle and the lobbying, keep at it. Don't stop. I just don't know how much it's going to help. And there's many, many, many other fights that we can have to try to help push the DPC movement forward. I don't think the government's going to be helping us. We're really having to do this on our own. So let's support each other where we can and continue to move the DPC rock up the hill a little bit each day. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Check out the article, read it for yourself, comment, connect with me at drshane at dpcmagic.com, drshane at dpcmagic.com. Love to chat about it. We can argue about it, whatever you feel good about. Till then, you guys keep the DPC